Good afternoon, everybody. The chingones and the chingonas are back. Enough said. See you in a few.
Hoy el Guadalajara abre su participación en el torneo de clausura 2025 para el conjunto Tapatio y también para el conjunto de Coahuila.
Sabéis mejor que yo que esta liga es muy competitiva y que cualquiera puede ganar a cualquiera. Pero aquí nos tenemos que hacer fuertes delante de nuestra gente. ¿Ok?
Alvarado va a mandar el centro filtrado. Teun que dentro del área. Teun deja el balón filtrado. Alvarado.
Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latinoamerican, all you Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas around the globe, all you mothers and Mrs. Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Goat You Live. We are transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, el Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Welcome, everyone, to We Goat You Live. Bienvenidos todos. Gaby, ¿cómo estás? Alfredo, how is everybody?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Chiva Hermanas. Hi, Chiva Hermanos. Hi, Robert. Hi, everybody that is already joining the chat and starting the Chivas conversation. A lot to talk about. It's only episode 2 of season 5. Yes, season 5 of We Goat You Live. In case you are wondering, we're going to talk about, of course, the start of Liga MX and that win of Chivas. And, of course, Jornada 3 of Liga MX Femenil. You name it. We're going to start the Chivas conversation. So welcome, everybody. Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Gabi. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chiva Hermanos. Plenty to talk about. There's plenty of action regarding the debut of El Rebaño Sagrado, not only because of the win, but also because we have some new faces in the first team. Some canteranos, a very young squad that played the other day that added the first 3 points. As the coach said, Oscar Garcia, at the beginning of the show that you were watching the intro, we gotta make ourselves strong at home. And that is what we are thriving for. And hello to all the Chiva Hermanos who are watching us. Some new faces, some that we already know. Big shout out to Curtis Williams. Big shout out to Santi de Luna, who says that he's going to be supporting Chivas this upcoming Friday in Aguascalientes. Remember, Matchday 2 against Necaxa. Juan Flores, who's watching us from the city of Chicago, he says that they're under -6 degrees Fahrenheit. So stay warm, guys. Stay warm. Stay safe. Israel Rodríguez, Alberto Martínez, Gerardo Sánchez, Brian González, Paula Saracho, Emiliano Cruz, Diego, Misael Garcia. We have a full house today and plenty of red and white action for the next hour.
Wow, when it's cold like that, there's only one thing that works, and that's vitamina T. Tequila.
Exactly.
Tequila.
Yeah.
All right, before we go on and we get moving, Gabi, can you please help us out? Because we have a lot of people out there asking questions.
Por supuesto que sí, Robert, querido, y lo voy a decir primero en español porque estoy viendo muchos comentarios en el chat y con muchísimo gusto les voy a aclarar el panorama a todos y a todas ustedes. Este contenido se llama We Goat You Live, como lo pueden ver en el título del video, donde sea que lo estén viendo en stream, y es un contenido que hace Chivas especialmente para todos nuestros chivermanos y chivermanas que viven fuera de México, específicamente en los Estados Unidos y que hablan mayormente en inglés. Si ustedes siguen a otro equipo o alguna empresa a nivel mundial, de nivel de extracción masiva, ustedes se podrán dar cuenta que sus redes sociales las manejan en varios idiomas, ¿correcto? Y Chivas, siendo lo grande que es, también se expande y abre ese lenguaje para estar más cerca de nuestros chivermanos y de nuestras chivermanas que hablan mayormente en inglés porque nacieron en Estados Unidos o porque tienen muchísimo tiempo viviendo allá o simple y sencillamente porque se les facilita mucho más el idioma inglés y porque además, ¿por qué no? porque Chivas es tan grande que se puede dar el lujo de crear contenido en varios idiomas y en esta ocasión nosotros estamos creando este contenido en inglés. And now I'm going to say it in English again, just one more time. So this content is specifically for all our Chiva hermanas and Chiva hermanos that live outside Mexico that speak mostly in English. But remember that we speak Chivas and we speak about what we love the most, which is this club. So welcome everybody. Bienvenidos todos. Es la temporada 5 de We Goat You Live. Tenemos más de 2 años haciendo este show en inglés. And we are so happy and so blessed and so grateful to be here, bringing you the latest information of Chivas, Chivas Femenil, and Tapatio. Back to you, Robert.
Preach. Good job, Gabby. Yes, everybody, we speak Chivas. Yeah, don't forget that, guys. And if you don't speak perfect English, you can also participate with us because we speak Chivas, guys. Venga. 2 years now that we've been doing this, and you're all welcome. We love all of you guys. All right, all of you. Gabby.
And also, I'm sorry. First, you got a question? You got a question. Please send a DM to our number. You can see that number right here. It's 1332-6666-07241. Please send us a question. And you can also join us live on the show. But before we go any further, I just want to make a quick mention as a team. We're talking about this backstage. And we want to send all our Chiva hermanas and Chiva hermanos in Los Angeles and in all the areas that are being affected currently by the wildfires in the state of California, all our love, support, and appreciation. And please stay safe. Beyond everything, beyond any material thing that you might have, please stay safe. Keep your family and your pets close, evacuate if necessary, and please keep in hand every emergency contact just in case. But most importantly, please stay safe. We love you and we are here for you. Robert.
Very good, my friends. Yes, California, my home state. Everybody, hope you guys are all good and God is blessing all of you, protecting you. And I wish we could do more, but at least we're sending you guys our good love vibes. Okay, but now let's go on. Time to move on. It is there. It is time. Do we have the drum roll? Let us hear the drum roll if it's in the background, because it's time to choose and talk about today. Go to our YouTube channel and you can vote for who you think was the best player of our last match. And if they're not there, put it here in the chat and we will read them out loud. So let's see. Gabi, Alfredo, are you guys ready?
We are ready.
Let us drum roll.
The drum. We need special effects.
The drum roll. Rick, somebody.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Yes, you can hear it just faintly in the background.
There it is. There it is.
Background. Yeah. And who are our 3? Chats. Yeah, I know that. We got to go back to the chat real quick. There are our 3 choices. All right. So we're going to start. Gabi, who did you choose? And tell us why.
Of course, my pleasure. So my pick this week is Roberto Carlos Alvarado because he scored. I mean, he missed first, but then he scored the winning goal, and the first goal of Clausura 2025. So just for that reason, he is this week's my week's MVP pick.
I was reading some data about him too. I think that he has scored the last 9 years at least 1 goal each season. So that's something to say as well. It's historic,
yeah,
you know?
On first
Definitely
week.
Historic.
And it could have been twice, but we're not going to talk about that.
Let's look at the glass half full.
Yeah.
It would have been bad if we hadn't scored the second one, but I was very happy that he scored it.
Yes,
he was able to score that. Yeah.
Yes.
Alfredo, you did something, and you've been telling us about Camberos since last year, my friend. Díganos, por favor. Why did you choose him?
So I chose Camberos because it was his first time as a starter with Chivas, and I have the belief that we're going to see him very often, either as a starter or coming in as a sub. I think that he provided many positive aspects to the attack. He appeared on the wings. He appeared through the center. He was very smart to find spaces, to connect with his teammates, to give continuity to the plays. He also offered himself of playing the ball out from very far behind. So I think that he was very active, asking for the ball, making the team know that he is someone that we can rely the ball on, that he is someone that can take charge of the possession and take charge of the rhythm under which the team plays, which is very important because we need leaders with the ball, not only spiritual leaders, but also leaders at the time of moving the ball around. And I think that Hugo Camberos is someone who's where the team can rely on his shoulders for this upcoming tournament. And he's got the talent, and he definitely showcased that on Saturday.
Definitely. And he's so young. How old is he?
Oh, he was just champion with El Tapatio last tournament. So he's pretty. Oh, wow. He's 17. Can you believe 17. That? Yeah, he's turning 18 on the 21st of this month, which is next week on Tuesday. He will be turning 18 years old, and he's already a Liga Expansión champion and a very promising player for the first team.
Yes, impressive. I'm so impressed by him. Definitely a breath of fresh air in the 100%. Team, and making the right combinations with Piojo. Oh, I loved it. He was great. I hope you win this time. I hope you both win.
Yeah, I hope I win.
All right, my choice was a new incorporation as well, not as young as Camberos. He had just come back from the MLS, right? Mr. Tapias. And I think that he did a magnificent job. And plus, I don't know if anybody noticed, one of the things about Tapias that he can change from position. He's not only a center back. He can also move to the extremos, to the outside. Okay, so I thought he did a great job. I did not miss our defensive players who were not on the pitch for various reasons. So I liked the way he played. He gave confidence together with Sepu. So I was really, really happy. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I did not see him get any cold feet. So for me, he had a great debut, and he was just magnificent. So for me, start with the defense.
There we go.
What do you guys think? What does the chat say? Did anybody in the chat put a new person?
The chat is going wild because for some reason, every start of the season, everybody's like, what is this? Why is it in English? So everybody go back on the show a little bit and listen to the disclaimer, and you will understand absolutely everything. But regardless, I see a couple of Piojo choices in the chat. So yeah.
It might be your day.
No, I see.
It might be your day. And yes, the chat, what's going on with
it? It might be.
It's crazy, man.
Look at that one. That's funny.
Which one?
Piojation.
El Piojation.
Okay.
Yeah. Robert, did you went to the stadium on Saturday?
It was freezing, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was lovely.
How did you see the game?
I thought the first half was really good. I love the first half. The first half was excellent. The second half with the changes changed a little bit, but I liked the changes. It was like a change. Yeah, that I thought, and I did not see any of the changes desentonar, right? They came in, they were warmed up, they were all in the same and it was great. I liked the changes, actually. It brought another level of dynamism to the team. So after I think, well, shall we move on? Shall we move on and start talking about Varonil?
Yeah, totally.
Yes. Okay. Let's do that, because if not, we're just going to keep going. And everybody out there, please vote. Miguel Tapias. Okay, so everybody out there, don't forget, our MVP is out there. And it's lonely at the top. So let's start talking about Chivas Varonil. ¿Cómo vieron el partido? What was your impression, you guys? Gabi, Alfredo, who would like to begin? What was your impression of the match?
Alfredo, go ahead.
So I had the impression that the team was very strong in the first half. I think that the second half was also under control. It was I don't know, towards the end I was just getting desperate that too much at a time towards the end of the match, but I guess it was just because we were winning that I was desperate. Hopefully that it was 10 minutes that should have been added. But yeah, I think that the team had many positive aspects. The team works on its defensive virtues again. Another clean sheet, keeping on the good line from last semester where we had 8 clean sheets. Gotta remember that for this new tournament, we have lost El Pollo Briseño and Orozco Chiquete on that positions. And also gotta highlight the young debutants, right?
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know about you or Alfredo, Gabi. Were you surprised by Miguel Gomez coming on the pitch? That's a lot of responsibility.
A lot of responsibility for a very young debutant, because remember that he is the other one that made his debut in that game. And being in that exact position. So, Chiquete left, Pollo left, and it's a very vulnerable position, if I might say so. And it's very important as well. And I thought he did great. I know we don't normally sugarcoat a lot of things here, but we have to praise when it's due, And in this case, I think he did very well. And I said it, and I tweeted it, actually. I think it's like these two were playing in Primera División like for a long time. And again, we have to also give credit to Oscar Garcia for giving the confidence to this youngster to be able to start in that very, very hard position. So again, I think he knew what kind of responsibility he had in his hands, and he delivered. And I'm happy, and it's exciting to see again, and we cannot stop mentioning Cantera Rojiblanca, people.
Yeah.
All we have to look forward to. And everybody talks about reinforcements. Yes, sure, I get it. Believe me, before working here, I was a fan. And I know, and I get it. But we have to look to our Cantera Rojiblanca. And what we saw a few days back with Camberos and with Gomez is just the beginning. And every single season, we can see all these youngsters being so fierce when they haven't even played in Primera División. But as Alfredo was saying, like Camberos was already champion with Expansión, so they know what it's like. And sometimes Expansión is tougher than Primera División, right?
Yeah, no, totally. Because the pitches are not as good. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the players a lot of those guys in Expansión also are veterans. You got to remember that. So son bien colmilludos.
And I would say that
look at what happened. We're going to talk about Tapatio in a second. But, oh, my goodness, guys. We're going to talk, like I said, but you could see that in that game of Tapatio against UDG, it was the experience that actually paid off at the end, Truly, truly. Like I said, we'll talk about it in a second. But the experience part and the balance of it was interesting, super interesting. And La Cantera Rojiblanca. I'm seeing a lot of comments there about people like, how come you guys are still calling yourselves el equipo de México? Ahí está. 5 canteranos. They're all born in Mexico. What are you talking about? Yeah, I hate it when people come on here just to throw crap.
They're throwing crap. They're throwing crap.
You guys are bitter, man. Get a life.
Get a
life. Anyway.
I see a lot of
Javier Palacios. Y lo mexicano, ¿dónde quedó? Here we are. We all are. Here it is.
Yeah. Because we speak English doesn't make you less Mexican, dude.
Exactly.
¿Dónde sacas eso? Anyway, we said we were going to be positive today. Anyway, we were talking about the defense. So we already talked about the defense, Alfredo. What were you expecting from the midfield? Okay, back to you, Alfredo. Yeah, what did you see from the midfield? Did you like what you saw?
Yeah, I liked it because, with Camberos and more guys coming from Cantera that have joined the team, I think that we're going to have more competition. on the midfield as well. You saw that Beltran didn't start the other day, and we had also and Eric Gutierrez. I think that, of course, we're going to see. We have a lot of midfielders. I think that we're going to see a lot of competition, but in the style of play that Chivas is developing at the moment, I think that the guy who's going to be lined up is the most mentally sharp guy. Because we will have different requirements. Sometimes we're gonna need talented players to move the ball around. Sometimes we're gonna need more defensive quality in the midfield, like for example, also Gonzalez. But I think that the sharpness and being, very concentrated, it's going to be the make it or break it for the midfielders this season. So the sharpest one is the one who's gonna be playing.
What did you think, Gabi, of Guti? Did you see a different Guti?
I just see him again. He's taking very seriously his leadership part, and I love that for him, and I always have. And you can see that he's just taking care of the team, and I love that for him. And yeah, good.
And this season,
but he's like so serious, and like he's like so low key in some ways, but again, like he is fearless inside the pitch. But I love the way he acts like a natural leader inside and also outside the pitch.
He is, and he's starting to, and that's what I don't remember if we talked about it last week or earlier in the evening, but we need a leader there. I think Piojo is starting to become that leader in the front.
Yeah,
we got a leader now in the back, and of course, we need to find that new leader in the back four, no?
Yeah,
right.
totally.
So that we can have. I think everybody is in the right place, but these movements that have been happening can cause us a lot of questions, of what's going on. Plus, we have a new DT. We have all these things going on. So I was really surprised, especially after our preseason. What do you guys think about what happened during the preseason and what's going on now? Alfredo, what did you see? Was it a fantasy what we saw? Was it an illusion, the preseason? Because this is another Chivas.
No, yeah. We got to remember that preseasons here in Mexico are different because we have 2 tournaments. So, the players have already played a lot last tournament. So, we had a very few matches in the preseason, but I think that we could have made some conclusions already. There was, of course, a state of like a declaration of intentions for this season with the amount of young players of canteranos that left with the first team, and of course with all the guys that played the other day. It's a young squad. Actually, the other day against Santos, we lined up 8 players that were under the age of 23. So 8 under 23-year-olds played the other day for Chivas. We're speaking about Camberos, Miguel Gomez. We're speaking about Castillo, Padilla, Kate Cowell, Vilke, Martinez, and Rey. So we're speaking about a very young squad and a very young bet by the coach. And yeah, I think that I'm excited to see these guys more into the season, and what a better way than see them adding up points, stacking up points is going to be very important to add this to add 3x3 in these early matches, so that the team can play more relaxed towards mid-season.
Yes, and Garcia, El Profe, is looking for possession. That's his main focus. Gabi, do you think that we were able to do that in this match?
I think the first half was good, and it had a very good possession. But I saw that we were starting to get there, and it just didn't happen. And there's so much you can do if you have so much possession, if you cannot do that final touch, and if you cannot score that final goal. So that for me is like the main problem that I think Chivas has been carrying season after season after season, because we can have a very solid midfield, but if you don't have like a solid striking positions, or if you don't have that final touch, and el toque final, if you allow me to do that, to talk about that way. It's what's happening. We saw Marin not having the best of luck up front, and then it was just a unfortunate events that didn't conclude in that goal that we all wanted. So and then the penalty kick, and then ultimately the goal, right? Which is what it was a brilliant play by Nene Beltran, and it was just a combination, and it was like this collective game that we know that they can do. But again, it's just lacking a little bit up front. We have a very solid defense, the midfield, but it's just like that final touch. And we are going to talk about, of course, the reinforcements and what, going back to your question, Robert, about that leadership. And I think one of the fellows that just came back to Chivas can very much so assume that position.
Yep. And we're talking about
Puligol.
Puligol. Let's talk about Puligol. The chat is asking about Puligol. Do you guys think that Pulido will be starting in the starting 11 against Necaxa?
On Friday?
What do you guys think?
Well, that's in 2 days. It could be. Maybe not as a starter, but he could be starting. Remember, guys, that there's an exclusive interview with Alan Pulido right here on the Chivas YouTube channel.
Okay, everybody. Yeah, there's so much stuff out there. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Enrique was able to interview him, Noriega. So it's quality.
Yeah.
It was a quality interview. Check him out so that you were able to tell us what you think. He will be the leader, I think, Gabi.
4 hours ago, so everything you need to know on Pulido is right.
Yes. I can't hear you, Gabi.
I'm sorry. I have a
There you
cough
go.
and I just muted myself. I'm sorry. And going back to the question, because everybody was asking if Puligol was going to play against in the next game, and production was telling us right now that probably not. But good news is that he's already training with the first team. So he is slowly but surely getting there. So
Totally.
It would be lovely. And yes, we're all impatient. No, we're all impatient to see
we
him
want
back.
to see him already, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that people were a little bit unfair with 4K. Yeah. Personally, I never boo my players.
No,
here it was embarrassing.
No, that's unacceptable. It's week
Don't
one.
do that, man,
Never do that.
It's week
Cuando
one.
ha respondido, cuando lo hemos necesitado, and sometimes we have a rough day. And I think that if anyone has played football, yes, we could say, you were a but you have to be there first, and he was there. He was there. Yeah.
He was there.
The next thing is just to put it in, and we have to have faith and confidence, send him all our good vibrations, because quería fallar. Come on, guys.
Plus,
He's a winner, man. He wants to win just like us. It was not his fault. He needs to practice.
That's the thing.
Practice.
He needs to practice.
Yes.
The thing.
And I'm sure he was the first guy to go home and say, caray, man, what the hell did I do? What happened? ¿Cómo? He's the first guy, man. He's the first guy. So all those guys out on the chat, be nice, man.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. Going back to that, I don't think it's fair. It's only week one.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's fair. And not week one, on week 17. Like, you shouldn't boo your players like that.
Never.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't care if you paid for a ticket. No,
plus at the end of the day, the affected one is going to be the team.
Right. If we want him to do well, we cheer hard, and then they'll make him feel inspired, to do better. Yeah. All right. We're about to start going into Necaxa, but first of all, we have a visitor.
We do?
Guess who, my friends? His name begins with a C.
Oh, Curtis, coming here, my friend.
What's up, my brother? How are you?
Estoy muy bien, gracias. ¿Cómo están ustedes,
Muy bien,
Whoa.
Curtis. Muchas
Buen
gracias.
orden.
Muy
¿Cómo has
bien.
estado? How have you been?
Fantástico, gracias. And this time last week, we were prepared for the tremendous snowfall that hit Central Arkansas and most of the Mid-South. And by the time the snow ended on Saturday, we received 7 inches of snow.
Wow.
But it was all beautiful. I looked out the window Saturday morning. and the snow came falling down. It was just fantastic, you know.
I love
But
this
but
stuff.
but but
Man, I
but,
like
but,
to be
but I
out in
miss
the
talking
week.
with you guys. I miss y'all very much.
I
Yeah,
missed you.
me
We
too.
missed you all the
That's
time,
true.
Chris. Hey, Curtis, what do you think's going to happen on Friday night? What's your take? Were you able to watch the game on Saturday?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was impressed with the way Chivas played. I love a football team that has possession in its DNA, and Chivas showed that possession all throughout the match. That they were patient with the ball. They didn't rush things, and even when Piojo missed the PK, I said, relax, relax, relax. You get a second chance. And sure enough, in the 20 minutes remaining, he had the second chance and said, "Bam!" Right in the net for the goal.
Yeah.
He was looking for that. Me too. But I got to admit, Curtis, when he missed the PK, another gray hair just burst out. I felt it. I felt it burst out of my lip, man, because I was like, no, please, not again. But it was wonderful when he made that second. And what do you think of Toon Wilkie? What do you think of Mr. Wilke? He said the
This game was absolutely amazing in that championship game a couple months ago, and he netted the game winner. And then, like when I saw that, when I saw that live on YouTube, I said, "Oh my goodness, the future is bright. The future is bright for Chivas. We have players like Wilke who's willing to put himself on the line for the team, and when he goes up the main roster, he said, 'Tell me what to do, and we'll do it for you.'" And he did.
That's right. He's a workhorse.
Absolutely.
Definitely workhorse. You know, Tapatio lost half of their team.
That's okay. That's okay. They'll bring some more up from the ranks, you know. They'll bring some more up from the ranks. No worries.
Actually, they played against UDG on Sunday, and I didn't see much of a difference. We were winning 2-0 at the half, 2-1 actually at the half.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then unfortunately they tied us, but I did not see any loose ends. They played very, very well. So there's the future, what we've been saying about what we need. And the cantera that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. Homegrown talent always wins out at the end, period.
That's right. And we saw that against Barca, against Madrid on the weekend. Oops.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
The homegrown came forward. So, Curtis, we don't want to take up too much more of your time, but what do you think is going to happen on Friday? What's going to be the score, my friend?
1-3 in favor of Chivas.
3
Hopefully.
goals. Okay.
Yes, and as far as the for ladies go, congratulations to them. Undefeated, untied, 2 wins on the road, and then now they're coming back home tomorrow. I tell you, y'all need to just go up to the Akron and support these Chigonas. Because Chigonas, they're all the way alive, people. Chigonas are going to win. And like Licha goal, she can net a hat trick if she wants to. She's that deadly.
Yes, but they have a very dangerous rival this time, Juarez. They're almost the same in numbers and goals, so let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Exactly. They need to stay focused. Focus in on what's important. That's the 3 point.
Exactly.
There we go.
Curtis, we have tons still to talk about. Thank you so much for joining us, my brother. Hopefully you will come and join us. Siempre sabes que esta es tu casa, hermano. Esta es tu casa.
Gracias para la invitación, amigos. And as we say in the Mid-South, I wish you love, peace, and soul, baby. Arriba las Chivas.
Arriba las Chivas. There we go.
Gracias. So, baby. I like that. I'm going to start using that one. That one. All right, guys. So, Alfredo, where can we? Oh, no, perdón. We're falling behind. I'm sorry. Let me not get ahead of myself. Okay.
Just to finish off about the visit to Aguascalientes on Friday.
That's right. We have 2
gotta say that,
brother.
Yeah. we gotta say that we're gonna look for the 5th win in the last 8 visits since 2016. So we won 4 out of the last 7. Hopefully, we stuck it up, and let's hope to get our 2nd straight win to kick off the tournament. Our last tournament where we started with 3 straight was Apertura 2023. Let's get that 2nd one, and to then stack a 3rd one straight, equal that mark, and of course keep our good record in Aguascalientes against Necaxa.
Definitely. Oops. Excuse me. I bumped my things. All right. So should we worry? Should we be worried or not? Because we're going to have 2 under 20 players.
Yeah.
Sub-23 out. Castillo and Tala.
Hala.
Right? So we have the players to fill it in, so it's going to be fine. Yeah, we need to bring back those 3 points. And I agree with Kurt. It's going to be a match where we're going to be scoring. Yeah. Now, before we talk about where we can watch this match, Alfredo, you prepared something for us. Can you fill us in on what that is, my brother?
Yes. So as some Chivermanos might already know, Guillermo El Tigre Sepúlveda, a very well-remembered campeonísimo, and for a long time considered the best ever center back that has ever worn the red and white, will be having his debut anniversary this Friday. And he, of course, made his debut during the 50s, the 60s, a time of growing popularity of football in Jalisco and the rest of Mexico. So without further notice, without further announcement, here is the video of where we remember the debut of El Tigre Sepúlveda and the context of Mexican football by then.
The implementation of professionalism in Mexican football brought with itself changes across the national footballing landscape, along with the implementation of a nationwide league championship to decide the best team of the Republic. Jalisco's most important team, El Club Deportivo Guadalajara, adopted at a statutory level the decision of aligning only Mexican footballers. Players who became distinguished figures of the Mexican football landscape of the time made their debuts throughout the first decade of Mexican-only footballers. We're speaking about Juan Jasso or Tomás Balcázar, who arrived in the 1940s, or Salvador Chava Reyes and Guillermo El Tigre Sepúlveda, who made their debut in the early 1950s. El Tigre was a fierce center-back who arrived to El Guadalajara on January of 1953, made his debut concretely on the 17th of that month on a Clásico de México against América, and was the only match that he disputed on the 1953-54 season. It was 1954 what would become the year of the Tiger in El Rebaño, as it was the year when Guillermo El Tigre Sepúlveda took a starter role with the red and white. Sepúlveda started in the last 10 games of the 1954-55 season, and in this way kicked off a career of notable achievements across Mexican football. The time of El Tigre playing for Chivas witnessed the elevation of footballing passion in Jalisco to a whole new level. Estadio Felipe Martínez Sandoval, also known as Parque Oblatos, had the capacity of seating 30,000 fans. However, that number of fans in the stands was already staying short for the growing demand of fans whose preferred Sunday activity was going to the football matches, which is why the second half of the 1950s witnessed the transition from Parque Oblatos to Estadio Jalisco, which was inaugurated on January of 1960. The sport achieved another dimension in our country, being El Club Deportivo Guadalajara the most popular phenomenon. The popularity of the red and white could not have been achieved without the implication and commitment by players such as El Tigre Sepúlveda, whose defensive strength positions him as one of the greatest center backs in the history of Chivas, along with Arturo Cura Chaires and José Jamaicón Villegas. Guillermo El Tigre Sepúlveda was part of a defensive line that marked the memories of generations. By the time El Tigre Sepúlveda left Chivas at the end of the 1965-66 season, he counted with 15 titles under his belt, out of which 7 of them were Mexican League titles, 1 Copa Mexico, 6 Campeón de Campeones, and 1 CONCACAF title. He disputed 201 First Division matches for Club Deportivo Guadalajara. One of the good ones, one of the early legends of our football.
He's my favorite legendary Chiva. He and Chava Reyes were my faves. Unfortunately, I was not able to meet him while he was still alive. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you where to watch. All right, where can we watch this stuff, man? Because we got to talk about Femenil still. Tons and tons. So here we go. Where can we watch this? Liga MX. Okay. See, week 2, Friday, January 17th at 9 p.m. Mexico time and Central time. You guys do the math wherever you're living in the world, but Pacific time is the 8 o'clock. Eastern time is 11. Remember, if you're in Mexico, we can watch the game through Claro Sports, ViX, or TV Azteca Deportes. And in the United States, it's Telemundo, right? Can't see from here.
Telemundo Deportes.
Yeah, don't miss it, my guys. La Casa de Chivas en los Estados Unidos. Have a beautiful, beautiful match. Vamos a ganar. Vamos a ganar. All right. Okay, guys, moving on. Let's go. We got to talk about Femenil, nuestras chingonas. Gaby, dinos.
Super chingonas.
Las super chingonas. Díganos.
I mean, we are like happy can be in 2 weeks that they've been playing. By the way, they play tomorrow, but we are so happy right now because we started Clausura 2025 the best way possible. But first, let's watch the teaser of Detrás del Rebaño, shall we?
Hoy hacemos lo que pasó y creo que la mejor manera de respaldar o de cuidar a una compañera en esta circunstancia es partiéndole la madre allá afuera. ¡1, 2, 3, Chivas!
Que ella supiera que todo lo que estábamos haciendo era por ella.
Well, first
Gaby,
of
what
all,
are they talking about? What were they talking about? Mamá said llorar.
yeah, I mean, first of all, we have to send also our deepest sympathy and all our love and support. And we love you, Carlita Martinez, because we know she is going through, her family, specifically her mom, is going through a very serious situation right now of health. But we wish her the best and a speedy recovery. Everybody in Chivas Femenil, everybody, and also all the fan base is just pouring love into Carlita Martinez and all her family. So that is a message that the girls were talking about in that teaser because Carlita, of course, couldn't play against Santos because of this situation. But yes, we hope she has a speedy recovery, please. And Carlita, we love you. We love you. You are one of our consentidas chingonas. So yeah, we want to see you back in the pitch very, very soon.
Yeah. Todo nuestro amor, Carla. Yeah, we need you back.
Yes. But yes, going back to the game. So as we were saying, we are happy because we have 2 games, we have 2 weeks, and we have 2 wins. And we have, yes, let me just clear my throat, a clean sheet. Because if you know, you know. I normally mess that line. But yeah, everything is good. We are happy. We're optimistic. We already saw one of our reinforcements play. We already had a Licha goal. I mean, come on. and
Thank
she
you.
is already tied with Omar Bravo. I think you talked about this in the last show that I missed, by the way, but she is currently tied with 132 goals in Liga, which is huge. And this game against Santos, it was not like the most spectacular game out there. It was kind of frustrating at times, but I think, again, if we have to say that a win is a win, this is the game to say a win is a win, because it was important. Again, we have 6 points. We are undefeated on week 2. We haven't conceded any goals, and we have scored 4. We have Licha, we have Amalia, Monse, and now we had Viridiana Salazar, which also is up there in the numbers of scoring at least 1 goal in the entire season, and she is right now up there on week 2. Antonio Contreras also con el pie derecho, as we say in Spanish, 2 games, 2 wins, which is awesome. And I think things are looking promising for our Chingonas. I know it's only week 2, and people in chat are going to be like, hey, don't do that, blah, blah, blah. Hey, let me be happy. It's week 2, and they won, and they're doing their thing. And you can see, again, that union inside the pitch. You can see Caro Jaramillo being, again, on top of her game. Licha Cervantes scoring again. We can see Blanca Felix keeping that goalie clean. You name it. We are just going forward, again, game by game, a day at a time. But it's looking good. Clausura 2025 so far. And again, we have a very tough game against Juarez. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But these 2 games against Necaxa and Santos Femenil were very good first exercises for what's coming up next, which we know is going to get tougher and tougher and tougher. But these 2 first games, I think, are a very good example of what our Chingonas are capable of. What do you guys think?
The solidity, what do you guys think is the reason for it? I mean, we had some people coming back. So for me, Cass coming back, super important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damari's playing in her position where she's supposed to be, super important. Yeah, I liked it. I liked them. And I have watched both matches. I have not been frustrated. And you know what, Gabi, I agree with you, is that I see them playing like they were playing a year ago. Yeah. Se ven muy con confianza, you know, and that's what gives me that feeling, like Curtis was saying, you know, doesn't matter if a goal's in there because you know they're going to score and that they're going to come back. And that 0 behind, oh my goodness. ¿Desde cuándo no tenemos eso?
Yeah.
Right? That defensive solidity, right? It's so important. So important because that lets people do like what we just saw. She just tried to do a chilena, you know? That's confidence in what you have around you, you know? So what do you think is going to happen, Alfredo? Juarez?
So
what's
Juarez,
going to happen? Gabi, Alfredo, what's going to go on there?
Juarez is a tough one. It has been over the last few visits there. I think that we've lost some of the, or at least one of the last visits there. So it's gonna be, of course, tough. But you know, when Chivas wins on that pitch at Estadio in Juarez by the Frontier, is because the team is doing very well. So winning this upcoming match will bring a lot of uplifting confidence for the team. It's gonna be the match is this Thursday. Gotta make a correction. The match will be taking place at the Estadio Akron, but still, Bravas de Juarez is usually a tough opponent. We've won 4 out of the last 5 games at Estadio Akron against Las Bravas and won now 9 out of 11. But I think that the last visit to the Frontier has been tough. The top scorer of Chivas Femenil against Juarez is Licha Cervantes with 6 goals, and let's hope to make that 9 out of 9. To consolidate ourselves on that top positions.
So Gabi, you think then that all these stats are going to come into account tomorrow, or it's just going to be borrón y cuenta nueva?
Against Juarez, I
Yeah.
think, as I was saying, it's going to get tougher and tougher and tougher. And right now, Juarez is in similar conditions as Chivas Femenil in regarding points and position in the table. I think just yellow card situation is that just being the factor between them. But it's, I think, different from Necaxa and Santos. I think right now is going to be a very more equal game between the two squads, and it's going to be important to be able to maintain that. And good news is that it's at home, so it's going to be in El Akron with their people. So that if they already had 2 wins away, and they are undefeated away, I think it's a good opportunity to just maintain that streak, and now to be at home. So it's just going to get better and better again. And we have a couple of new other players that should make their debut soon enough of the reinforcements. And I think it's Antonio Contreras, I think, has a very clear vision of what the team can do at this point. And you can tell by the lineups that he is presenting right now, and the substitutions as well. Again, Cassandra, I'm so glad she's back. We can see also Gaby Valenzuela again being very secure with her play. Of course, I don't know for how long we will be missing Carla Martinez, but Chelly is doing a magnificent job. So everybody in the position that they are assigned, it looks promising again. And again, I don't want to be like, yes, we got this and whatever, because it's going to get tougher and tougher. But this against Juarez is going to be a tough one. But I think being at home can give them a little bit of advantage. And I think it's going to be important also for Antonio Contreras to consolidate this 3rd win and make himself feel seen also in El Akron.
True. So, Gabi, where can we watch this match?
Of course, where can we watch
the lowdown?
Yes, so remember, this game is tomorrow. Chivas Femenil against Juarez Femenil on week 3 of Liga MX Femenil. Thursday is tomorrow. So you can watch in Mexico, you can watch through Fox Sports and Prime Video, of course. And Mexico time is going to be 9 p.m. If you are in another time zone, you know what to do. You do the math. But yeah, it's going to be at 9. And also on Chivas TV. In Mexico, Fox Sports, Prime Video, and on Chivas TV. So very important this game to gain another 3 points. I think it's going to be, we remember one of those seasons that we had like 6, 7 something consecutive game wins. So I hope this is again another one of those seasons where we can say like, yes, we have 9 points. It's only week 3 and we already have 9 points, you know? And also maintaining that clean sheet. Yeah, that's going to be very important.
Definitely. I think they can do it. I haven't seen Juarez, truthfully. Honestly, I have not watched them. But I believe in my Chivas, and I know what I see, and I know what I like, and I like these Chivas chingonas. So most assuredly, they will be winning. Okay? Moving on, my friends. Let us speak about El Tapatio. Okay, Tapa. El Tapa had their debut on Sunday, 12 o'clock, the most Chiva hour, 12 midday, against UDG, so a crosstown rival. Maybe not a classic yet, but definitely the pride was at stake, no? Especially since UDG has, we knocked them out in the last liguilla, right? In the playoffs. So they had a bone to pick with us, right? It was a great match. I really, really liked Tapatio. UDG was a little bit slow on the rebound because truly Tapa dominated the first half. We were up 2-0 before the end of the half. And that's where I say where, again, experience came in. All these colmilludos from UDG, they took over, man. Second half, they really, really took advantage of my team. And I don't know if it was because the boys thought that they had the game already wrapped up and in their hat, or it was just that UDG reacted properly and Sosa's boys were able to take advantage of our team. But I do have to say something. I think that the 2-2 tie would have been the true score. Why do I say that? Because there was a penalty. It was a penalty. But it was in the last seconds. And since there is no VAR in Expansión, it was, in my opinion, a little bit fishy.
Okay.
A little fishy. Okay?
A little bit fishy.
But if we really looked at it, and if there had been VAR, truly, then it was a foul. It was a foul in the area.
It was a foul.
It was a good game. I don't think they should have lost. The truth. Los campeones defensores. But it's better to lose now.
Right.
That we're beginning and these guys can start, getting their stuff together. And hopefully, they'll be able to bounce back. They will bounce back. Alfredo, where can we watch this match, my brother?
So it is El Tapatio against Atlético Morelia, match day 2 of Liga Expansión. Let's hope to add the first 3 points to get the first win, to get back on track. We're speaking about Friday, match day 2. If you're in Mexico, you'll be able to watch the match on Claro Sports, High Sports TV, or NBC Deportes. And it will be, kickoff time is set at 9 p.m. Central Mexican time. And yeah, Friday night football for El Tapatio against Atlético Morelia. It will be, I think, right after the Chivas first team game against Necaxa. So it will be kind of at the same time. So you're probably going to be watching Chivas Necaxa this Friday. Same time of Tapatio, Cantera Roja y Blanca on Twitter. And of course, stay tuned for both.
Watch both. What is technology for?
You can watch one on your TV and another one on your phone.
Watch both. Why not?
Yeah, one on your TV, one on your cell phone.
Exactly.
Yeah, easy.
You have to watch both of them. I'm going to have my ¿qué es? ¿Cómo dice en español? Un ojo en el gato y en el otro.
Uno el gato y otro el garabato.
Al garabato. Yeah, definitely. Because we need to send our Chiva positive vibrations out there, my friends. Okay, we're almost finished, my brothers and sisters. It's time to check on
the MVP.
The MVP. Do we have the results?
The polls
Can we see them?
The polls are closed, and the vote is decided. And the
Cross
winner
your fingers and toes.
The winner is.
Oh!
Really?
Oh my goodness!
Oh yeah. It's been a while.
Okay, I demand
a recount. Woo, Alfredo!
I'm so glad.
There you go, my friends. Well, guys, really, truly, neta, este muchacho, this is the future of Chivas, guys.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And I really don't think he's going to be with us long. If he keeps playing like this, I see Europe in his future.
Hopefully,
so, felicitaciones, Alfredo. Oye, tú hiciste un video, ¿no? De eso también. You should bring the video next time if you can share with us.
Yeah,
bring
the
it,
most
bro.
recent one was by Antonio Camacho. He did the most recent one.
Okay. So if you have something, tweak it, bring it.
Yeah, no,
because
totally.
It has to be in English, right? So congratulations, finally. So what's the score now? Well, the new season, right?
Yeah.
Oh, clean.
Who won last year?
Last week.
I won last time.
I won last week.
So it's one for Robert, one for me, and one for Gabby. No, one for Robert, one for me, and none for Gabby.
Yes, I am
Right. I thought Gabby was going to win this time, though, guys.
I thought so, too. I demand a recount.
Te castigaron al Piojo, guys, por fallar el penal.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
That's just
I know.
whatever.
Congrats.
But Camberos, guys, the future. The future. Chiva hermanos, Chiva hermanas, the time is up. We are finished. You have been informed. Okay, you have all the Chiva info. There's no smoke out there. People who are asking about refuerzos and stuff, I don't know. Expect surprises. It could be. I don't know. But we have had 8 refuerzos. 8 refuerzos, my friends. La cantera también son los refuerzos. All right?
Totally.
So let's keep a global vision. All my Chiva hermanos out there, we love you. Even the guys that just come out here and use us as their psychologists, te queremos, los queremos. But there's one guy that was out there that was just constantly, Giovanni.
Oh,
You know your name, Giovanni,
Gone.
is Italian, right?
he's gone.
Ya con eso, bro. Your name is Italian, but you're Mexican. ¿Qué pasa? All right? All you guys out there, los queremos mucho. Everybody, shout out to Vic Torres, who is one of the original Siete Verdes, which we went to the stadium for 10 years. Vic, qué bueno que te nos uniste otra vez a quejarte, pero te quiero, hermano. I love you, brother. Qué bueno que estás otra vez con nosotros. Everybody out there, have a beautiful week. Mañana ganan las chingonas. El viernes gana Tapatio y ganan los chingones. See you guys
There
next
we go.
Wednesday. Los queremos mucho.
Have a good one.
Las chingonas, Chivas Femenil.
Sigue Caro en cara a Caro. Caro le pegó a la... ¡Adentro del impacto!